Not at all. Also, something else you guys probably noticed. I am 5'1", or so I thought. Until one day I went to my doctor's appointment, and the nurse who took my height, she's like, "You're 5'3". I'm like, holy shit, 5'3"? That like changed my life forever. Because here I am on these dating apps, not giving a shit about a guy's height. Now it's 5'3", as a giant. Can't date anyone under 6 feet. Which also got me thinking, have you ever met someone who has like a hunch or like doesn't stand up properly and they say that they're 5'11"? I've met someone who's like, yeah, I'm 5'11". I'm like, you just choose not to be 6 feet because all you have to do is stand up straighter and you would hit the mark. So, I feel like I offended a lot of 5'11" people here tonight. My bad. Yeah, actually, so since learning that I'm 5'3", I've been going on a few other dates with guys who are like 6'1", 6'2". Dated a guy who's 6'5", that was fun. And yeah, we had a good time, and then I had my follow-up doctor's appointment. And she took my height, 5'1". This is truly what's wrong with our healthcare system. You mean to tell me that I went from 5'1" to 5'3", back to 5'1"? Someone needs to get fired or arrested. I don't know. And I guess it also put me in a weird predicament because I literally told this guy I was 5'3", and now I know what it's like to be a man lying about his height. To have that awkward conversation, fellas, you know what I mean when I'm like, I had to have that conversation with my date. I'm like, hey, listen, you remember when I said I'm 5'3"? Yeah, I'm actually 5'1", I'm sorry. And his response was, yeah, that's fine, completely fine, look forward to seeing you. I haven't heard from him since. It's hard being a man in this world. I don't know. Let's see, a few more. Actually, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling a little off, which is why I asked for a moment of silence for my vibrator. I appreciate the effort. No, listen, my vibrator died on me, and it's not one of those battery life where you just replace it. It's one of those, like, I literally had to pull the plug on this thing. It was so tragic, and the way it went out, too, was the worst. It was literally, I turned it on, and it was like, I'm in mourning, okay? And it's like, it just feels like the feeling is very similar to losing a family pet. And it's like, what do you do with it? You can't just throw it in the garbage. That thing has been in my life for 5 years. I have to bury it in the backyard. Give it a eulogy. I literally have to write something where it's like, yeah, you came in my life, in my best times, my worst times. I will never forget you, Rabbit 3000. It's so tragic. Yeah, but we live and we learn. All right, I think we're ready to bring up our next comedian. You guys ready? Yeah, this next comedian. Although it just occurred to me, I didn't do any 420 jokes, but I'm just going to claim that I got too high, even though I didn't have anything yet. But maybe throughout the show. But yeah, I think this next comedian has what it takes to bring the 420 energy. Let's hear it, folks, for E-Rod!
Woo! Let's fucking go, guys. Happy Cannamas. Happy to celebrate my first Cannamas with y'all folks, man. Thanks for coming out tonight. I'm guessing if you're here, you guys hate your families. Or you're Jewish. No, I'm fucking around, just playing. I love my family. Shout out to them for coming here tonight. Really appreciate that. Also, shout out to the headliner, Reverend JJ, over there. That's my guy, put this together. I like to call him the cannabis connoisseur, you know, or the Mary Jane Maestro, the Reverend Reaper. No one loves weed more than my guy JJ. Take a good look at him back there. I don't know if you guys can see him, it's a little dark. He kind of looks like if Scuba Steve retired and opened up a dispensary. A little bit, right? He just became a deadhead, bro. That's my fucking guy, though. I was in the dispensary the other day. I found out they changed the name of Girl Scout cookies to GSC. I asked the guy why. He said it was because of legal reasons. Who did the Girl Scouts sue? Weed, bro? Like, I'm so confused. Did just a bunch of little girls with satchels storm a dispensary like the Capitol making demands? Like, if you don't change the name to GSC, we're turning this weed shop into a tag-along factory. So now I'm pissed, bro. I'm boycotting Girl Scout cookies, I think. These bitches got too much power, man. They really do. They really have too much fucking power, bro. Especially for just for a couple of girls, too. And so, like, I don't know about you guys. I like to get high before going to work. It's a 420 show. Anyone else smoke before work? Or yeah, a little bit, right? I don't know about you guys. Just something about spending 8 hours in a cubicle makes me want to blow my brains out if I'm not a little bit high. I don't know. It just fucking gets me, dude. But I realized I think I gotta stop smoking before I go to work. Not because I'm afraid of losing my job. Never been a fucking problem for me. It's just I buy too much dumb shit when I'm high. Anyone else? Dude, I'm the easiest sale while high. Really am. Like, I get into work and everyone's getting their Girl Scout cookies orders in, which is fine. Like I said, you know, Puerto Rican Poppy summer coming up. I'm trying to hold off the LBs, look good. And that was fine, but like what really got me, bro, is these motherfuckers started cracking the boxes open at 10 a.m. Okay, that's where I lost it, just because no one's eating cookies at 10 a.m. except for two people. The Cookie Monster and me, bro. And newsflash, I don't fucking work on Sesame Street. And I got no cookies, so I'm pretty pissed, bro. They wouldn't even share like a cookie with me, so I was kind of crashing out. And then the Girl Scout cookies plug, I call him a plug just because my man's about to hustle, dude. He's just trying to get a little bit of money for his daughter. I respect it. But like, if you even hear him talking about cookies, he'll pull up. He's like, yo, I got some cookies in the trunk, bro. What you need? I got some Samoas. I got a couple of boxes. You need an 8, brother? I'll hand deliver it to you. So anyway, it fucked me up, because I caved. I bought like 15 boxes of cookies. Whoopsies. Blew a whole check on some cookies, I guess. So now I've been eating Girl Scout cookies for like 2 weeks straight, and I can't feel my feet. So, yeah, so that's why we don't get high before work anymore, or you'll get diabetes. So you can say life's pretty sweet right now with diabetes. You know whose life is also pretty sweet too? Leonardo DiCaprio. He's living a pretty good life. My man goes through 20-year-olds like their new playlist on Spotify. He is. He's switching them up every week. They got a new suggestion for him. But also, too, you know, this guy was at the dating parties, bro. He was living his life at the dating parties. And we all know Leo, like, he gets mad pussy, right? He's a good-looking dude, but he might have been getting fucked at these dating parties, bro. Like, Leo might have been getting some dick, dude. And if he was, you could say someone was eating Gilbert's grape. Or popping it. I don't know. I think he made like a wolf or two up his Wall Street, is all I'm trying to say. That scene in The Reverend was a little too realistic, bro, with the bear. It was a little too like, Leo, we get it. You like to get fucked by bears, not grizzlies, the black ones. But, yeah, dude, so. No, I don't really think like Leo is actually, like, nah, he might have got some dick at the Diddy parties, dude. I don't know. It makes you think, though, about a lot of things, like when the Red Hot Chili Peppers said sometimes you gotta take it on the other side. I think they were talking about getting dick down, bro. Honestly, dude. And if that's the case, I think being gay is not a choice. It's a business decision. A pretty lucrative one, too, honestly. I don't know about you guys, but Lil Nas X's net worth is going through the roof, okay? Being a gay cowboy pays off. You guys think Old Town Road was a kid song? That was about fucking some old men. That was about sucking some old dick, okay? For sure.
Find any place you want.
And if you guys don't like sucking dick, you're not gonna like these next few minutes, so. But You know, Biggie once said, you know, she looks so good, I suck her daddy's dick. That was crazy. Y'all let that slide in the 90s. That was like a head bop for you. Like, oh, that's a fucking bar, bro. But nah, that was some gay shit. It really was. Until I got into a relationship. Now I'm giving my girl's dad head this Tuesday, so some sloppy toppy, bro. Hey. Imagine if that's how you had to like ask for permission to like marry your girl. Like it wasn't like, oh hey, can I marry your daughter? It's like, oh you want to marry my daughter's son? Get to sucking. Let's see what that mouth do, boy. A little too graphic for you for Easter, huh? You want to think about sucking your father-in-law's dick? Me either, but I gotta do it. So someone's gotta do it. Fuck, that was wild. That was crazy. But honestly, too, guys, how do you guys feel about stereotypes? You guys fuck with stereotypes at all? No? Come on, most of them are kind of true, bro. Right? Like, we all know we can't get high with Asians and let them drive because they can't see. Oh my God. Right? I don't know. Like, and we all heard the one about mean old black ladies. They make the best pancakes. Shout out to my Aunt Jemima. Shit slaps every time, bro. But then also, I feel like, you know, Caribbean dudes, we're the best lovers, bro. We really are the best lovers. That Latin curve will do some damage, trust me. And I know we're the best lovers because we have so much love to go around that we start secret families that have double lives, bro. Like, you know, some people call that passion. So did my grandpa. It was never cheating. It was always passion, bro. Very passionate. So if you think, you know, like most Latinos and stuff too, they try to call us like hardworking. That's like a whole stereotype for all of us, but we're not all Mexican, bro. Okay? Like you're not picking up a Puerto Rican at Home Depot. I'm sorry. We're not there. And if a Puerto Rican does have a job, he probably looks like me, the most unintimidated Puerto Rican in the comedy scene, I've been told. And if he does have a job, he's probably got multiple jobs, and it's not because he's saving up for a new Honda Civic. My man's got multiple families he's trying to support right now, okay? Help my guy out a little bit. Oh, shit. How you guys doing tonight? Good? Good? Having fun coming out here? Thank you guys for coming out. Really appreciate it. Shout out to all you guys coming out. So I'll leave you guys with a couple of these, a couple of zingers I have. I get told I look a lot like Drake. If he was a fat Puerto Rican with a drug problem, we both started from the bottom. I stayed there though. So I also get told I look a lot like Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny's special needs cousin, retarded rabbit. Just a little downsy, guys. But I'll leave you guys on that. Let's keep it going. Woo!
Is nowhere near as tall as me, but is just as funny. Give it up for Pat Jenkins!
So it's 420, and we're all sitting in the basement of a bar, so it's always fun to compare those two experiences, you know, the weed and the alcohol, because they both, if you take enough of either of them, they both sort of take control of the situation. They both really like take control. They're both like captains in their own way. But they're very different captains. You know, alcohol, he's like an old-timey ship captain. Yeah, you know the guy, like a scraggly beard, got a big scar down the side of his face. You know, he talks in a raspy, a grizzled voice. Only alcohol isn't actually a captain. He just watched Jaws a bunch of times and he thought that Quint was really cool. So he decided to just walk into Denny's yelling at the other customers about jib lines and rigging up the mainsail. Weed's totally different. We just showed up at the docks one day dressed up like Captain Kirk. Like he thought he was applying for a job aboard the USS Enterprise. But like his vibes are just so chill that everyone on the ship just let him hang out, you know? Like yeah, cause like everybody's like sort of like a ship, you know. You got your whole staff, you got like all the grunts that are just making everything work along. Okay, you got your like white blood cells that are the security, and then up at the top you got your brain sort of manning the helm up there. And And like with weed just comes aboard and everyone's just relaxed. It makes everyone's job easier. He brightens everyone's day. Alcohol's very different though. Alcohol, he just barges right in the back of the control room. He's just barking crazy orders at people. No one's stopping. Just, first rate brain. Raise up the confidence and lower the impulse control. Bowels, man the torpedoes. We'll be dining on Taco Bell this evening. My brain is like, dude, he's had too much to drink already. Like impulse control is already in the red. We're struggling to keep him from, eating things he finds in the street and just headbutting strangers. And like confidence, this man does not need any more confidence right now. He thinks he can do a totally sweet kickflip, even though he's pounded down 5 4 logos and he's never ridden a skateboard before. The alcohol just yells out, I said raise up the confidence and lower the impulse control. All right, cut power to motor coordination. And then everyone just follows along because it's just like too awkward to make a scene. So now it's just 20 minutes later and the ship somehow hit an iceberg, even though it's only made it about 50 feet from the harbor. Like alcohol's up on the mast, just swinging around a flag that nobody remembers him walking in with, just singing in a terrible Irish accent. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. Meanwhile, he is just down there in the hold, just looking like, no engineer, but I don't think those pipes should be exploding like that. This can't high water. I don't think this is regulation here. And of course, like as soon as everything goes wrong, alcohol is just out the door. He's out hanging out with like all the cokeheads still going at the end of the night, all the winos waiting for the liquor store to open up. So who gets the blame for everything? Of course, it's fucking weed. Yeah, so. And one of the best parts about smoking weed is like that moment when you get really high and you have to like wait, you have to cook something up, or you have to wait for your food delivery to get there, and it's something you really want, so you get that massive surge of hunger, and you just get that moment of just pure bliss when you start eating into it, and it's just, like, it doesn't matter what else is going on in the world at that point. You can have the TV on, like the most fucked up news story can come on. You're just in that moment, you're high, you got your food, your favorite food right there, just, oh my God, this cheesesteak's amazing. And earlier today, a pack of mutated fighting dogs escaped from a nearby research facility. Oh my God. The genetically modified Honduran Rottweilers proceeded to rampage through the city, killing 200 people in what experts are calling a orgy of blood and gnashing teeth. Good for them. Yeah, so it's 420. Obviously the big weekday, but it's also that means it's another big day too. Because this is National Stupid Fucking Oreos Day. Like you know how you go to the grocery store, you got like all the regular Oreos, you got the double stuffed Oreos, you got like the vanilla Oreos, and then you just got that whole rack of just completely weird Oreos. And like the only reason those Oreos exist are for stoned people, Like those Oreos are not for anyone else. And there's like a whole. Doesn't even annoys me though. It's like if you just want regular Oreos, you can just get like a 2-pack, you can get a 4-pack, a 5-pack, a 6-pack. But if you want like those weird Oreos, you have to buy like the whole box of them, And then you like the Mountain Dew Jizzplosion ones, the 420 wheat Oreos, all of those. Like you have to buy the box, eat like 2 or 3, and then it turns out you don't even like them, so they're just sitting there like your cupboard taking up space. You just get like 2 months later you have to throw the things out. Like those weird Oreos are like the super Christian girls of the cookie world. You have to make a long-term commitment to them to realize that they're just not really for you. Yeah, I love looking at like the history of words, like where certain words come from. Like our word assassin and our word hashish actually come from the same root word. There's this group called the Hashishins. They were in like the 12th century. They're these Shia assassin groups. They lived high up in the mountains, like the Zagros Mountains. They had this fortress called Alamu. They were led by this crazy Sufi mystic dude named like Hassani Sabah, who was like sent them out. They were so good that like even the Mongols were scared shitless of these guys. But they were like crazy good assassins, and like, but for some reason the story got out is that before they sent anyone to do their killing, they take a bunch of hash. They have them smoke so much hash they got into this like crazy state. I want to know like who came up with that word rumor. Like that's the kind of thing that comes up as someone whose only experience with weed is through like dare class, you know? Like, I mean, I can think of a lot of drugs I might give to my elite order of assassins. I mean, the Nazis had some good luck giving their super soldiers like methamphetamine, like maybe PCP, but weed? Like, I don't know how they thought that would have gone. I feel like they'd just been like, hey, Omar, what's going on? I don't know, like you're supposed to assassinate the Grand Vizier, dude. What happened? I'm on it, man. I got something else. Something came up. What could be more important than our mission? We trained for months, dude. This is like your whole thing. You're gonna kill the Grand Vizier. We're gonna put the new caliphate. Yeah, I got that. I have to assassinate the leader of the triads. I'm gonna set up a new caliphate in a Vice City. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna set that up, and it's gonna rule. And then, like afterwards, later, maybe I'll assassinate the Vizier. And so I lost about 200 pounds between 2020 and 2023. I learned a lot from that whole experience. Like I learned that there's like old fat and there's new fat. Like in the same way there's like old money and there's new money. Like if you're born into money, you carry yourself a certain way, even if you go broke later in life. There's something about how you carry yourself that's always just visible. And it's the same thing with old fat and new fat. If you like fat as a kid, it's a completely different experience. There's like a couple different ways you can tell the difference between old fat and new fat. One of them is stone food. Anybody who's old fat has the best stone food, Like we grew up like as fat kids. We had to just make our food. We had to come home with like a tinfoil bowl full of swag and like figure out how to make something delicious with random stuff in the kitchen. So we know you could take a cookie butter from Trader Joe's, take some of their chocolate chip cookies, crumble it up, like make this like nice mix and put that on a sandwich and just have the most delicious thing you ever life. Like new fat people, they just go to restaurants. They're fat because they just went out to eat too many times. They got like independent income, so they don't know any of that stuff. Another way you can tell the difference between old fat and new fat is like old fat, there's just certain fat behavior that it never goes away, even if you get skinny later in life. Like the other day I was choking on a carrot. Like to begin with, a carrot's the stupidest food you can choke on, You're supposed to choke on cool food, like steak, like pretzels. Like when you hear about somebody choking to death, you're supposed to be sad, but you're also supposed to be like kind of hungry. Well, like there I had like just carrots in my throat, just pounding myself. I paint my wall on minced vegetables. And first thought that pops in my head after that is, oh man, that wasn't that big deal. My throat wasn't totally clogged or anything. And I don't know, nobody who isn't old fat has ever had that thought in their life. Like, I don't know how many of you have choked on food. Your brain does a whole bunch of stuff to stop you from just sort of brushing the whole experience off, Like, fucking, like you get this adrenaline rush, you get all this terror, and you have to choke at least 10 times before you can even start just casually brushing the experience off. Never mind having like an excuse just locked and loaded, ready to go. And there I was, I had one ready to go. It was so bad that I was still sitting by justifying it to myself until like 5 minutes later, when I finally realized I could have just prevented the whole mess by not taking a bong hit with a mouthful of food. See, we've all right, so that's the end of my time. Thank you.
They are the most outgoing high people I've ever met. Now, are you parents with them? Yeah. Your son did really good. One quick thing, just because the conversation about just reminded me of this time where, yes, I've been on the dating apps, and they kind of suck, but to make it more interesting, I get myself high on them, so that way when I get a match, it makes for a good story. So this one time I'm talking to this guy, and he asked, "Hi, how are you?" To my response, I said, "Very, how high are you?" Officer Steve. Anyways, we're going to bring up our next comedian. I kid you not, this is how she wants to be brought up. She has what I call a resting cunt face. And she is very sexy about it. Give it up for Brittany Ward! wrong, they're pot related. Just in case anybody's questioning, they don't look at me and go, what a pothead. Trust me, I am. I used to go out with guys who'd be like, it's okay if I smoke more weed than you. And I'd be like, alright, bro, you wanna come over? And then we'd hit the bong like 4 times and they would like take a nap on my floor. And I'd be like, alright, and then I'd like wash my kitchen and whatever and like wake them up later and be like, you gotta go home. They'd be like, do you wanna hang out some more? And I'd be like, you don't seem to really be able to hang. You know, I don't know what to tell you, I tried, you know? I'm a seasoned pot smoker. I started smoking weed when I was 17 and I saw my first penis 6 months later. So, you know, like in order of the things you should like, I was a slut after I became a pothead, you know? Yeah, and I thought, like, I thought you're supposed to be excited, right? Like, I was like, oh, that's what they look like. I'm gonna pass for now. Kind of looks like a worm. Is it supposed to look different than that? And when it does, what does it look like? Yeah, I don't know. But I do like the way that, like, when you, like, if you were to take, like, a ruler and smack them, they would bounce. So, has anyone in here ever done a dab? Yeah. Are you aware of what dabs are? It's like concentrated weed. Does anyone remember what doing dabs was like before dispensaries were legal? Yeah, okay, so my friend had like a Sherlock pipe. It's just, you know, the way like a Sherlock would smoke his pipe, you know? And he used to have dabs, but dabs at the time were what like my ex-boyfriend made, which was getting a bunch of Pyrex, a bunch of weed, a bunch of butane, and just burning that shit down and then being like, now we're gonna smoke this. We're gonna use a butane lighter, hopefully we don't die, you know, like that was, and like in 2013, when I was 21, that's what I was doing, because I was reckless, you know. At 33, I'm like, did you have more than one drink? You're driving me around, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that, but when I was 21, I was cleaning houses full time doing manual labor. I was tired, you know, so I would call my friend and I would go, hey, what's up? And he also did manual labor, so we got out at like the same time. He'd go, you want to come over and do some dabs and watch a movie? And that was code for, do you want to come over and do some dabs, cough for 15 minutes, like we're dying of cancer, watch 20 minutes of a movie, pass out, and then wake up when it's over, and then repeat, like 2 more times. His friends came over later, they were like, what have you guys been doing? Like, kind of like being like, are you guys fucking? And we're like, no, nothing like that. We've been watching 90s movies on VHS. Like, we don't need to do that. It's 2013, DVD and Blu-ray are a thing at this time, but this is what we're doing, you know? One time we're doing a dab, I'm coughing, like, you really, like, I've gotta be dying. You would think if you're a neighbor, and then his cat, Pisces, comes into the garage with a mouse and then decapitates it. Now, like, when you're normal high, you would be like, whoa. But I screamed and ran. I ran around the car, I hid, I was like, oh my God, it's kicking. What do? We can't let your mom see it, as if she would be more upset about her cat killing a mouse than us giving ourselves lung cancer in her garage. But no, we did. We used 2 shovels to get it out of the garage. You might be like, that's not the most efficient way. We were on dabs. It made sense at the time. You know what I mean? Don't mind me. I'm checking how much time I have left.
Yeah, plenty.
Plenty. Excellent. Cool. So it was just going to warm out. You know, it was going to warm out. It reminded me of a vacation I went on a couple of years ago. I went with. You guys ever do like a group vacation with your friends? You know how like the funnest part of the vacation is when you get there after you no longer want to kill all of them for how complicated they made the planning? Yeah. So we were on the vacation. We're in Cape Cod. Everyone's now paying more money than we've originally agreed to because people drop out last minute and they're like, isn't this just a polite thing to do? And I'm like, no, they should fucking pay. It's a day before. I do not owe another $25. I make my boyfriend pay it.
So we're in Cape Cod, we're doing a good thing, and I'm like planting seeds because I know that certain people need to be like led and manipulated into being okay with skinny dipping when they're drunk. So I start when I'm sober. We're like on the beach, everyone's cracking their first drink, and I'm like, hey you guys, I was thinking later, when we're drinking, everybody's drunk except Kate, who's pregnant. We have a DD for the 2 minutes to the beach, you know what I mean? I'm like skinny dipping, and like half of the people are like, I don't know. A couple of people are like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, so I got at least 2. That's fine. And she played this fun game over that weekend because she was pregnant and wanted to participate. So one day, her husband did her shots for her. You know, so like she would hold a real shot of tequila and then he would throw back 2 every time we all did shots, which if you've been 27 on vacation with your friends, you know that he was doing like 30 shots that day. You know, it was like over the course of the day. The next day, I said, I'll do it. I weigh 110 pounds, not pregnant, never been, to my knowledge. Yeah, so I'm like, all right. So we're doing shots. It's like 11. We're starting at 11. I've at this point already talked at the beach all about the skinny dipping. You know, we're playing poker at 2 a.m. and I'm like, you guys, it's time. It's time. We're gonna go, right? You guys ready to go? And my boyfriend goes, I'm not gonna go skinny dipping. And I went, well, fuck you then. Because I was on like 18 shots of tequila, so like you can't stop me at that point, you know? And so Kate's like, all right, I'll drive. We drive to the beach. Now, I kid you not, I didn't even make it into the water before I ran out of the car and threw up 8 times in the sand. I buried it. I'm like, okay, I looked, I buried it, I made sure no one stepped in it directly. I'm even drunk, I am considerate, all right? We all make it into the water. 2 couples and me, naked. My bisexual queen era had started, you know? And my friend, who is just like shamelessly, beautifully pregnant. You ever seen a naked pregnant lady, you guys? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I thought, wow, she looks beautiful. And then the next day, because I don't remember the ride back to the house, I do vaguely remember one of my friends helping me out of my dress so I could shower off what I imagined was a lot of vomit, you know? And the next day, I slept in while everyone went to the beach because I went way too hard. And my boyfriend, he goes, I can't believe you touched Kate's titties last night. I said, what? I did what? And then I avoided her all weekend, like I was like some creep in her DMs on Snapchat. Like, we're all on vacation together, we're all friends and whatever, so when I messaged her later and I was like, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. And she goes, girl, it's okay, you asked first. And to this day, like, I now trust myself even when belligerently blackout drunk to ask for consent. So, like, I'm good with me, you know? But I will never remember that I forgot what her titties looked and felt like. Okay, like, I asked, I got permission, and then God said, fuck you, you don't get to remember this. I'm gonna leave you guys with that joke, though. Thank you so much. Love you all.
Me of my own sexual complexities. Also, today is a very special day. I know you guys know what it is. It's WrestleMania Day 2. I'm not gonna lie. I am here engaged with you, but I am also engaged with Rhea Ripley. Oh man. And honestly, ever since becoming a wrestling fan, I really have questioned my sexuality. But we do have a show going, so instead of turning this into an opera therapy session, we're gonna bring up our next comedian, who also probably has a really great dating life. Give it up for Chad Lennon!
Whitney Allen, everybody. Give one time those. Yeah. WrestleMania, am I right?
Yeah.
Guess nobody takes my bomb threat seriously anymore. thought they weren't gonna do that because of today, you know? It is 420, so I got high before this. Now everybody here is looking at me. Took a boner pill too, and that's just kicking in now, so. Sorry. Yeah, my name's Chad. Chad with 2 D's. In case you guys were wondering if my parents are stupid. That's stupid shit. That is a coked up, fueled idea. They did a lot of it. That's why I fucking look like this. But it was either like the cocaine idea, or my dad was just yapped out when they had me and the doctor was like, hey, what's the name for the baby? My dad was just like, Chad. Duh. They're like, all right, put 2 D's in the birth certificate. DCF is on your file, so that's, you're not going home with him today, probably, you know? Somebody could have stopped them from doing that. Now I'm chatting with 2 D's. They think it's great. They stand by it. They introduce me to new people. Is this our son, Chad, with 2 D's? And I'm like, yeah, 2 D's, 1 for my mouth, 1 for my ass. That's what they're there for. That's what they're... Balls in your court, Mom and Dad. You got anything else to tell these nice new people? My parents hate that because they're Italian. That's a fancy word for homophobic. They don't like the 2 D's thing, you know? My full name, Chad Lennon. Real name, not a stage name. People ask if that's so good. Why the fuck would I go with Chad Lennon? If I had anything else, Chad, I know what my name is. It's a really fatty douchebag first name in front of like a super famous last name. I would have came up here as Kyle Bin Laden if that was my thing, you know? It's way better than Chad Lennon. There was a comic one night that would refuse to believe me. He's like, dude, he finally said, show me the ID. Gave me the ID, he goes, oh, yeah, Chad Lennon. John Lennon. I was like, yep. Did you know him? How old do you think I am? Take a guess. Oh yeah, how old do you think I am? Be honest, I know what I look like. What was it? 32? 26. That's right, I get it. On paper, I'm still young, dumb, and brave and cum, but I look like this. It's the burden I live with. But that's still not old enough to fucking know John Lennon. And if I knew John Lennon, probably would have been the shooter. You guys would know about me by now. You know they're still talking about John Lennon's shooting? It happened in 1980, and last year there was an article about it. Because there was a witness that saw it happen, heard his final words, and was like, I'm not going to tell anybody about this till 2024 at least. It worked because it was a huge story. Big story. You ready for John Lennon's last words? I was like, nice, edge of my seat. I'm shot. That's probably what I would have said. But what? It's very anticlimactic. He's one of the best lyricists in the world. He came up with I'm shot under pressure like that. He didn't have to do a hit. He is a Beatle. He didn't have to go out like, help. I need somebody. Help. Not just anybody. But I don't know, he was a Beatle. He could have said, I'm shot. Cuckoo ka-choo. Just for one last kick in the ass, you know? I love the Beatles. They have those lyrics, the crazy lyrics. Dated lyrics. They were a 60s band, so listen to some of those songs. Their first hit, saw her standing there. It starts with the lyrics. She was just 17. And you know what I mean. You know what sucks? You know what he meant? Every fucking person in 1965. #1 hit. They heard that and they're like, fuck yeah, dude, 17-year-olds. Fucking. I lost the parents. That's okay. It's alright. And people, I've said that to people, and they're like, oh, Paul McCartney was 16 when he wrote that song. He's singing it now, and that's the problem. He's almost dead. You can't be singing shit like that. It's a little too far, you know. All right, pedophilia over, or is it? I have control. No, it is 420. That's cool, right? It's also Easter. Who's more hyped? Was it 420 crowd or Easter crowd? 420. Yeah, you guys are all high as shit, aren't you? Yeah, this dude just continues to slide farther into his chair. I saw him, I was looking at him earlier, he was like so far down. Before I got up, I was like, hey, lift himself back up.
He's the only one who isn't.
Yeah. Are you the only sober one? Yes. Yeah? Hell yeah. Are you driving? I hope you're not driving. Yeah, you're sitting there, the seat's right there. I got it, we're good. What do you guys, how'd you hear about this?
They told us.
Oh, you guys are all together?
Yeah, we had dinner.
I can tell, you're slouched as shit too. You guys are Jesus Christ. And you guys are all with Pat? Yeah? Yeah, he smokes an incredible amount of weed in an afternoon, so that makes sense. You guys are all E-Rods, are you guys more weed or Eastern? Both? Yeah? You big on Eastern? Yeah? Alright, I'm a guy that's heathen, so I'll stop there. I went to CCD for years, and it didn't pan out for me. I believed in WWE longer than I believed in CCD. That's the last thing I'll say. Alright, remember I told you the pedophilia stuff might be? No. Anybody ever feel like they were adopted growing up? You. And you turned to God, you know? Was it a sibling? Did a sibling try and convince you? Was it one of those?
I'm the youngest of 6, so.
So you're like, probably me. If anyone was
Yeah, I consider myself a black.
Yeah? Yeah, me too. Different reasons. Because I say that to people, I was convinced for a while that I was adopted. And people always ask, was he your brother? It must have been, because like I had an older brother. He wasn't that bad though. He did fucked up stuff. But when I was really young, he did this thing where he tied me to a pole in the laundry room, and then he forgot. And yeah, for like 3 hours, I think my mom went down to finally do laundry. She found me and thought that was hilarious. They were playing Al Qaeda. Nice. In the video camera with the fake ransom. Fucking. Yeah, I was young enough to. I don't think I had lasting trauma from that. Besides the fact that's probably why I like to get tied up and fucked against a washer. But that's. I wasn't a great brother either. I'm not trying to make my brother look that bad. Because we shared a bedroom for a little bit, and I did an experiment on him called Turn Him Gay. And I didn't touch him, okay? He's my brother, he's not my stepbro, okay? It's very different. Some people watch porn here, that's nice. No, so he would go to bed at night, share the bedroom. He'd fall asleep, and I would just play some gay porn in his ear. Like every night for a while. It did not work, because he's not gay. It kind of worked, because he's super homophobic. So, like, something panned out there, you know? No, the reason, it wasn't him. The reason I think I was adopted is mainly because, told you, 26, never seen a baby picture of myself. Still, 26 years, never seen my baby picture. There's a million pictures of my homophobic brother. Not me, okay? Is that a gay or smile? No, okay. No pictures of me, that's kind of sus. That's weird. The other reason is because I was always told, you were born at home by accident. Which sounds like we got you from somebody else. That sounds like you were born, but we can't prove it on paper. But so like that whole thing, I've heard the story, and this is my mom's, like pretty much her version, her favorite part of the story. I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, went to go take a poop. You came out. That was easily the most like creative way to be called a piece of shit. Pretty good. So that's like pretty much her version. My dad takes over for the rest. And, I will spare you. He's an alcoholic. He can chat. So I will spare you a lot of details. He pretty much gets her in her bed. She starts going into labor. He calls 911 real quick. Tells them what's going on. They're like, all right, we're gonna send you an ambulance, but first there's gonna be a cop coming to your house. Because what if I come out with a gun? Obviously, there's gonna be a cop. So they all get there, but too late. Gotta love that response time. only birth happening, but they get there too late, and like they all watch me be born. And the cop looked at my dad and was like, "Today changed my life." This is my favorite part of the story, because I know now, knowing what I know, that I've changed his life forever. Because he was a cop until like 2007. He retired and immediately got arrested for child porn. Dated like 9 years. Quick math, 2007, 98 is the year I was born. I changed that fucking dude's life, okay? Right? And every year on my birthday, now he's in jail. It's a good ending to the story. He got caught, he's out, and he's in jail still. Every year on my birthday, I think like, I want to write this guy, call him. Because if anybody's got a baby picture of me, probably that guy, right? That guy? Alright, you guys have been fun. I've been horny, so we're going to keep that going.
All right, give it up for Chad. All right, you know what? Let's keep this energy going. Yeah, I can already tell you guys either have the edibles or took a couple in. You guys are flying right as kites. And we love that energy because we're going to bring up our next comedian who is probably high as a kite right now. Give it up for Leon Winter!
I am high as fuck! Happy 420, happy Easter, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Woo! I went to church this morning. I want to get this off before I actually start my bit. I went to church this morning, and like at the beginning of church, like they did this whole thing where they had all the like kids do like a presentation, like a dance or some shit. And like you're supposed to be encouraging, but my whole time I'm like, oh, this shit's whack, dog. Like, yo, this shit was trash. Like, I mean, like you're not supposed to say that at church, but like, yo, they over here misstepping this shit, mispronouncing words. Like, it's hard to pay attention. And this is how I know they didn't practice at all. I got a 5-year-old daughter. We ain't been to church in weeks. On my soul, I look left, I look right, my daughter missing. And I'm like, what? And my mom was like, no, they took her in the children's church. 2 seconds later, my daughter is on stage with a microphone in her hand. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, my daughter, bless her heart, my daughter got ADHD, so she an active girl. And she there, and everybody's singing songs, and she don't know what's going on. But she's trying to get the mic, she in front, though. She trying to grab that shit. I'm like, yo, this is the best Easter ever. But I was high as a bitch, too. Oh, that's besides the point. All right, high stuff. So my whole life, my mom would tell me she ain't want me smoking weed at all. Mind you, I'm a Jamaican man. Like, dog, I'm not saying we invented weed, but dog, we fucking helped. You know what I mean? We did fucking a lot for it. So she would always say dumb shit like, oh, it only takes one time for somebody to lace you. Somebody slips a little crack in your split, you turn into a crackhead. And I'm like, Mom, I'm 7. Like, I'm not ready for that type of information. But in the future, as I got older and shit, and as I've been smoking for years, I remember one time I'm working at this factory, and I met one of my dudes that I knew from like middle school. Like, we used to draw Pokemon together. Like, we was real good friends. And he was like, yo, bro, you want to match on your lunch for white people? That matching means when you're rolling up at the same time. That's what matching is. So, do you want to match your lunch? I said, of course, I'm down. What? Let's go. So we get in the car, and right before he rolls up, he says, yo, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I sprinkle a little bit of coke in my spliff like grabba. For you white people, grabba is tobacco that you add to the weed. I want to, there's a lot of white guys in here. A lot of them. No. So, I immediately yell out, bitch, is you lacing yourself? Like, no, nigga, nah, you don't sprinkle coke in your slip. That's not like an accurate thing, and this is what my mom was telling me about. So I run out the car like, nah, nigga, and I left. Nigga, I didn't go back to the job, because I didn't want to get the contact high. Like, that's a different type of contact high, though. Different type of contact high. I don't do 420 with white people no more, because, like, it's a fucking holiday for y'all niggas. Like, it's not like a regular holiday. I used to work like at CVS, and And I used to work third shift, and I remember my coworker was like, yo, you want to come celebrate 420 with us? I said, cool, no problem. I pull up to this house, I'm the only black guy. It felt like a Kanye concert. I was the only black guy in the entire place, right? So I'm sitting there, everybody kept asking me to roll. I don't know why, but everybody kept asking me to roll, and they thought, what, yo, y'all white dudes, when y'all come to smoking, it's different. Bongs, bowls, this, that. And then the rolling papers was different. One day they had gold rolling papers. I'm like, that shit's expensive. Like, that shit was good though. I got so high, and then they dropped me off home. And mind you, I'm so high by this time. So they dropped me off, and as soon as, I didn't even take a step. As soon as they turn off my shoe, I throw up. And that was the last time I smoked with these white people. Y'all just can't do it. Like, y'all just do it different. Like, no, I've been doing weed a long time. But contrary to popular belief, I don't sell weed. I look like I sell weed, but I don't sell weed, you know what I mean? I've never been a good plug. I've always been a good extension cord. Like, I can bring you to the weed, but I don't got it on me. And I don't think y'all realize how important an extension cord is. First of all, my business shut down when weed became legal. That shit fucked my whole thing up because I used to get pussy off of knowing niggas with weed. Like, more weed things. How you guys doing tonight? Woo! How you guys doing? Good, having fun? You guys having fun? I love that. I miss having white friends. They just make good decisions. They do. I remember back in the day, I had one of my white coworkers pick me up from my job, and we were rolling up in the parking lot, and as we're rolling up, like a group of like 5 niggas walked right past the car. And my dude said, yo, bro, can you lock the door? And I'm like, bro, come on. Oh, that's racist as shit. But then I remember something. I work at a grocery store. I don't know about you, but niggas don't shop together. You know what I mean? The nigga was on to something. I have never woken up, looked in my kitchen, said, oh, I need groceries, and then called 5 niggas. It's never happened. It's never fucking happened. I used to be like an avid like Tinder guy before I got a girlfriend. I used to be like an avid Tinder guy. But like I used to use Tinder. Tinder for you older people is what you use to get syphilis. It was an app that everybody was fucking on. It was great. So I used to be on Tinder very irresponsibly. I was just a swiper, nigga. I ain't never looked at shit. I ain't never looked at a damn thing. And I used to travel interstates to work, right? And I remember one time I'm in upstate New York and shit, and I get this text message, and the text message simply said, I swallow. And I'm thinking, oh, bro, I'm about to have a great fucking time. And then I realized it's a dude. And I'm like, fuck. Now, I'm Jamaican. Jamaican, just like Chad and his people, are extremely homophobic. Like, wonder how homophobic we are? There's this song called Boom Bye Bye. Boom Bye Bye in a Baji Boy. And those who condone the nasty men, you can't even condone gay niggas. Like, you know what I mean? You can't even be like, nah, he alright. And like, that never made sense to me. I'm an ally because like, in order for a gay dude to have sex with me, I have to say yes. You know what I mean? I keep like, that's the only reason to fucking get me. Or I'm in jail. But, so he said to me, yo, I swallow. So I text back, yo, bro, I support the LGBTQ community and all that. I am completely blessed and honored, but I don't swing that way. And then he said, you sure? And then I thought about it, you know what I mean? I thought about it, like, oh, first of all, think about the game he's spitting. He's only said 2 sentences to it. I swallow and you sure. Yo, this nigga's shooting percentages must be out the fucking roof. Girls, if y'all ever want to like get a dude, I'm just saying, there's 2 sentences you can say. Dog, he had me thinking. I'm straight. I love girls. My girlfriend right there. Like, I love her. I don't do that, but you know what I mean? Damn. I am a black guy with long hair. All that means is I have long hair than my sisters. I have 7 sisters. That's a lot of ball bitches. Dog, that's so many ball bitches. This is ball bitch, only tell that joke because I live with my sister and we like to argue all the time. Like, bro, you got dreads. Your hair is nothing but dead, rotted, matted hair together. And I say, bitch, when you buy weave, is you buying a live hair? No, you know, at least I put my fake hair. You know what I mean? I put my shit. I would always sing Kanye lyrics to her. Hair so long that it looked like weave, that she cut it all off and she looked like Eve. But then I would remix that shit. And I'd be like, but it never grew back, now she stuck with weave. That shit ain't never come back, dog. That shit ain't never, ever come back. I love talking about my sister. I got one more about her. They say braids originated from the slaves escaping to freedom. They would use to braid the path to freedom in their hair. And my favorite thing about that is if my sister was a slave, we would have never got to freedom. We would have thought the map would have never been long enough, nigga. We would have got lost. We would have been in the plantation still like, where the fuck are we going? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I love talking about her. Do I have anything else to close you out? Yeah, I do. My mom wanted a pastor. My dad wanted an abortion, but I'm a stand-up comedian. You know what I mean? Like, this is the path I chose. I love that I get to tell jokes in front of these white people in this basement on this Sunday. On this 420. High as a bitch. Yo, my favorite joke ever. You know who my favorite plug is? JJ! Yo, every time I get a weed from him, the first thing I say to myself is, this is what Malcolm died for. This is the like, dog, this is the dream, dog. This is the dream. Bro, I've had a great night. My name is Leon the Comedian. Please follow me on Instagram.
Give it up for Leon one more time. Hell yeah. Yeah, as we are all on this journey, I do want to thank all you guys for being here tonight. You guys could have chose to celebrate Easter like normal people, not in a basement. And yeah, so, right before too, this is a shout out or a thank you promotion to Nova Farms in New Britain. I've been told that's the place to be for your stash, your supplies, for your regaining your faith, whatever works for you guys. But without further ado, we are going to bring up our headliner for tonight. Give it up for Reverend J.J. Hampton!
Oh, thank you, Whitney. Thank you, everybody, for coming here. Definitely thank you for Nova Farms Dispensary. They promoted this show like crazy, and I believe we have 2 winners in the audience somewhere here. Okay, we have our winners. I am the Reverend J.J. Hampton, the Reverend of Reefer for Church of Higher Living in Bundaberg Estates. I know. You look at my hat and you look at my shirt, and you guessed right, I do heroin. No. My DNA test came back. Apparently I'm 40% Platinum Kush, 40% Blue Dream, and 20% Northern Lights number 5. My blood type is THC-AV positive. And because I go to Stoned Academy daily, I'm a baker. And if you learn anything from me, that's some higher fucking learning. So I'm also a professor too. How about that? Oh, this is my favorite holiday. And I have to declare something right now from this day forward. I, Reverend J.J. Hampton, the Reverend of Reefer, do pronounce 420 to now be called Cannamas from this day forward. Congratulations, y'all made history. You made it the very first Cannamas show ever. I'm calling it Cannamas Christmas, so please stop calling it 420 now. Please call it Cannamas. Because when you say 420, it's 420. First of all, you're too fucking late. No, because who wants to know the truth about 420? Happened back in the 60s, one hippie decided to make it, all right, it's from a 7 o'clock a.m. to a 4 o'clock p.m. workday. That gives you enough time to get stoned and get home, so that's what made 420 the best part of the day. That's the God's honest truth. Y'all learned something right there. See, some higher fucking learning. Oh, without further ado, I've been working on a few new songs, so I might as well sing one for you. Y'all want to hear it? Coughing on my joint hit, when it is good shit. Cause I got so stoned I can't find the door. And it's a real beauty, a kush nugget cutie. And I'm gonna grind her and smoke 3 more. Wasted away again in Marijuanaville, searching for my lost dab on a rig. Some people claim that my wee wowie's a string, but I know platinum is my shit. Oh man, who else loves Mary Jane as much as I do? There is a prayer for her. As Mother God Mary Jane, I'd like to thank thee for this bounty of buds who should break up her whole bowl of bong all night long. Mother God Mary Jane's name I pray every day to the mother and daughter, holy smoke, bongers, package, jointers, smokers, purpose, amen. Oh no, I made it a pure religion. Hey, she is my savior. I don't care who else saved you. Y'all, you want to believe in a book that supposedly said some woman got pregnant out of nowhere, you go right ahead. I believe in Mother God Mary Jane herself. She is my savior. She saved me when I found out I had MS. So she has saved me. She has saved a lot of other people. She saved me off all my bipolar medication. I haven't killed anybody yet. So you all are safe for at least one more day. No. I mean, it's sad. Every time you turn around, so I'm depressed. Here, have another pill. No, smoke a fucking joint. They keep complaining that marijuana is a gateway drug. Who the fuck says this shit? The only door marijuana ever opened for me was my refrigerator one. Also, they don't tell you it also makes you a serial killer. I kill boxes and boxes of fruity fucking pebbles half the time, dude. Maybe a half-gallon of ice cream once in a while, too. No, I mean, you cannot overdose on reefer. I have tried. You can't do it. It's fucking impossible. It is the safest drug in the world. And it's not a drug, it's medication. It's my savior. It should never be treated as a drug. But it still is until these idiots in Congress. You know what? They keep saying we can't get along. Republicans and Democrats can't get fucking along. Send me in there with a plate of pop fucking brownies. I'll have 25 bills written, 3 new holidays, and a fucking trip and a goddamn vacation done by the end of it, too. No, I have been smoking reefer since I was 10 years old, so that's the longest relationship I have ever had with a woman, 40 fucking years. But she does cost more than somebody with a shopaholics disease. I swear to God, man, it's horrible. But no, she never leaves my side, and she will treat everybody right. If you treat her right with respect, she will treat you right. When you start to feel down, talk on her. That frown will turn around. When you want to kill someone, talk on her. And if you still want to kill that person, go ahead and kill him, but at least he'll be high when you go into handcuffs. They complain forever. Oh, we don't want to make reefer recreational. We don't have a test for it. Sure you do. There's always been a test. You go and you grab a dozen donuts or a 10-pack of fucking tacos. You walk up to the driver's side door. If they stare at that thing longer for more than 5 minutes, they're high. But the only stipulation is before you lock them up, you gotta let them eat the shit first. That's my only stipulation. No, I mean, the stupid ass shit they came up with for why they didn't make it legal. Oh, we're worried our kids are gonna get it. Don't worry, your kids are still gonna get it. Probably full of fucking fentanyl, you dumb shit. Because for one thing, nobody under the age is gonna get it. They check your ID at every fucking dispenser. Am I right or am I wrong? Oh, parents, seriously, parents were really worried their kids are going to get it. No, don't worry about it. They're still going to get it and probably fucking overdose too. I was thinking about every time I'm high. I mean, my mind is all fucked up. I used to be really fucked up on bipolar medication. Now it's just reefer. But I'm always thinking of new movies to come out with. Like for one thing, instead of Mary Poppins, Mary Puffins. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Why don't we go ahead and fucking smoke that joint? Cause if we go ahead, we can get high all night long in a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. A gram full of cannabis helps that zigzag get full. The zigzag get full. The zigzag get full. A gram full of cannabis helps your zigzag get full. And take care of your soul too. Another one of my favorites is out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's Reverend JJ in the Medical Marijuana Factory. Take a toke of my buds and you'll feel this pure exhilaration as we toke it across the entire nation. If you take a toke of my buds, you're surely going to feel it. If you go and toke it deeply and exhale out completely. Instead of Oompa Loompas, you got little puffy wuffies and little tiny joints and bombs. A puffy, wuffy, wuffity-doo. Make a tough fat joint coming for you. Puffy, wuffy, wuffity-dee. Why don't you smoke that fat joint with me? What do you do with the joint in front of you? Do you go ahead and toke it one or two? Or do you let it just go right by? Oh, why? Oh, why? Why not toke it and get high? No, that's it for now. You know, they have so many damn names for reefer, don't they? I have smoked. Let me put it this way. I have 379 different strains running through my fucking bloodstream right now as we speak. I have smoked 275,000 joints in my lifetime. The record in 30 years was 129,000. I think I gotta go call somebody. I'm fucking missing out on my world record shit, man. But no, I mean, I've been waiting to do this show. I've come up with the name Cannamas back in 2016. That's how long I've been waiting to actually have a cannabis special to finally call it Cannamas instead of 420. So, you guys having a good time or what? Oh boy, you know, I asked all these potheads too to come up with 10 minutes of pure reefer material. Just like a pothead. Somehow forgot half of it. No, it's cool. I mean, I want to thank everybody for coming up here with me tonight. So, yeah, please, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Fucking awesome. And this place is being on. I'm glad all you guys showed up. So, I'm not done yet, I don't think. I think I still got a few more minutes left. So, why don't we have another song? A long, long time ago, do you all remember when your bag of weed came full of seeds? And full of stems, it was hard to roll, so you just sat and packed a bowl of something from your dispensary. Chem-Dog for to kill my tremors. With every joint hit, I remember toking it up slow. But getting nice and high though. So as I took it deep inside, hold it down and exhale right, I truly remember that night, the day we all got high. And I was singing, why don't we all get high? Roll another big old fat joint, don't let it go by. And we're talking down until we're all pie-eyed, singing, this is why we should be high. This is why you should get high. Because everybody's stupid in this fucking world. Half the time you turn around, it's the only way to fucking deal with stupid fucking people as far as I'm fucking concerned, man. Thank God for medical marijuana. Serenity now! The lunar mother got Mary Jane. She is my secret. And as the book of Mary Jane has taught us, we can all get along. The great Reverend Jerry Garcia has taught us. A joint is a conversation. So remember that, folks. Anytime you're smoking up, this is the God's honest truth. I mean, it seriously is. He said that. That's true. Plenty of people. I mean, this shit has been solving wars for fucking centuries. You want world peace? Slap out a friggin' bunch of buds in front of two goddamn dictators with a pack of roll of papers and let them have at it. There'll be a peace treaty in no fucking time. It has been solving wars forever. I mean, seriously. I don't know how you could be a customer at a dispensary and get pissed. You're buying reefer. What the fuck are you getting pissed for? I used to get pissed when I had to travel out to the projects. You get fucking reefer from some douchebag named T who doesn't even have a full fucking name. You're hoping you're getting reefer out of it. I mean, I've gotten bags. I was down in New Orleans. This is actually a good story. I was down in Bourbon Street. Down in New Orleans. I figured I just got there. I was like, I gotta find a reefer connection. Cool, I can check out these Petty Gap guys. I was like, they know fucking everything. No, they don't. I bought 3 grams of the worst bunk fucking bud I have ever seen in my life. And when you're on ship from a dispensary and you get shit like this, you're like, huh? What the fuck do people smoke this shit for? Anyway, he told me it's the best shit on bourbon. See, I went up there, I opened the bag, and you know that stupid machine gun game with the BBs? I heard more seeds fall out on that than a clip on that fucking machine gun game. I heard, son of a bitch! Now, I found out if y'all want good reefer and you're down in New Orleans, go to the 9th Ward, talk to this dude named Jiggers. Little old dude. I didn't deal with no young fucks. No. They like to shoot people in New Orleans. No. I dealt with the oldest dude I could find selling shit. This dude survived Katrina on his roof. He also hooked me up with the best shit I could find in that area. It didn't have any fucking seats, so I guess that's all I could ask for. And my fucking Percocet that I needed too. You know? You go everywhere, different places here and there. And I was actually in Reno. And I had bought this shit and I wasn't sure if I could bring open reefer packages. I could bring closed reefer packages on a plane on your carry-on. I didn't know if I could bring open reefer. So I'm just trying to smoke as much as I can. I have 4 joints left. I actually asked 2 hookers if they wanted. Can you believe these 2 bitches turned it down? I'm like, this is primo shit. This ain't got 75 and 8. Are you? A hooker's too good to smoke bitter reefer. Are you fucking kidding me? What were you smoking 10 minutes ago? I mean, seriously.